With the 2025 NASCAR season just around the corner, I decided to give my predictions to the most qualified person, an F1 fan who has never watched NASCAR. So in this video, I go over the basic rules of NASCAR while having the worst gameplay of my life backing it. Like and subscribe for more idiocy. I got the... With a lot of things coming up in the 2025 season of NASCAR, I wanted to put my way too early predictions into what is going to happen in the playoffs. There is a 26 race season up to the playoffs. Then the playoffs are really dumb, and they have like 3 races per little thing of playoffs until it's the last 3 drivers do a single race, and that's how they do their playoffs.
Does it not get really lonely at the end?
It gets really lonely. It gets really lonely because you're looking at 3 drivers in a 36 car field.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't quite belong. I feel like there should be a bit more. It sounds like a really confusing. I know you're gonna explain it, but it sounds like a really confusing system to get where you want to be, so to speak.
Yeah, there's a lot of things too where like they have I'm just gonna do rookie because I think that'd be funny. Unlimited fuel and tires? No. Damage? Limited?
Oh gosh, that's brave.
Let's just do that.
Excellent.
Just
Oh my goodness. Now already this is fantastic because I saw a mustache and that was fantastic.
Mark Martin was a big guy for me when I was younger, but let's go all the way over to my boy. There he is. And I used to do this this skin all the time.
To really acclimatize yourself much to the track because it's fairly straightforward.
Yeah, most of them turn left. But in the 2025 season, we're going to see basically the most annoying thing in the world, which is the NASCAR playoffs format in general. It is just a very stupid thing. There's 16 drivers that get into the there's 16 drivers that get into the playoffs, and then it is 3 races, 3 races, 3 races, 3 races, and then 1 race for the end.
I'm kind of a very, on the outside, kind of, I've heard of NASCAR, I haven't watched a ton of it, but to, so I guess you could say I'm an extreme casual, but that already sounds, it sounds, if you want to attract new fans, it sounds like it's very complicated to do so.
Yeah, it's very silly. I'm just gonna start it off with the, obviously who's going to be there in the predictions. The, holding title owner of the last cycle is nice. The last cycle was Joey Logano. He is the number 22 car in the Penske team. Obviously, Penske is just one of the biggest names in NASCAR. Surprisingly, next year they're also adding a lot of new stipulations, like only 3 charters are allowed per thing, which charters are also a weird thing. I don't know if you know about those.
Yeah, I know. I've heard of charters because I know IndyCar is introducing charters for
IndyCar has.
Yeah, they did announced a charter system last year, and Prema, our new team, are coming into Indy this year, and they're not part of it. They used to be in, I think, 2 years. So yeah, I can understand the idea behind it to kind of just protect, though. It's basically to reward and protect those who've kind of been around already.
Yeah.
Penske are legit. Anything they do, basically, it's just it's going to be within a very high level. The best drivers always end up there, it seems.
Yeah, there's Penske, Hendrick, and Joe Gibbs. And right now, Joe Gibbs and Hendrick both have 4 chartered teams. And those 4 charters are not, that 4th charter is not being taken away from them. So A lot of people are kind of mad because they kind of just have a weird advantage over the field.
Just by having more cars.
Yeah, because you get more money for a lot of things. You do a lot of there's a lot going on. Right?
A lot of cheesy advertisements.
Yeah.
That's some glorious driving, by the way. Just
Thanks.
I love that.
Thanks.
Just shoulder check him into a wall. So I guess I have a question as a person who's actively follow closely with NASCAR. Is it similar to Indy in the sense that everyone's got basically the same car, and it's the difference is a little bit obviously between mostly driver and I guess which team you're in that can get the most operationally out of the machinery?
It's a lot of the driver itself can do things. You obviously see that like the teams are a big factor because there is a 7-time champion is driving as a part-timer right now. He is in a lower ranked team in general because of his prowess and everything. You would think he was still doing good, but he's driving in like a 20th position team.
Is he kind of just reached the stage of his career where it's like he's kind of not at the top level anymore in a sense, just wants to hang around, or is he kind of unjustly kind of further down the field now?
He's he kind of just wants to hang around. Like he was the Jimmy Johnson, the guy that did the 24 hours.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking of. He's a 7-time champion, one of only 3 7-time champions in NASCAR. Seeing that he like obviously still has the skills, he just is in the back of the pack. It's kind of sad, but there is a lot of like team and what engine you're running. A lot of Chevys. A lot of Chevys usually do pretty good because of the Hendrick cars. Or most Chevys are still Hendrick cars even if they aren't in the Hendrick team, so that's like the Hendrick engine.
Oh, okay. It's like a division of Chevy, or is it its own entire thing?
I think well, Hendrick is one of the main sport like teams. Like Hendrick Motorsports is like the top team, basically, right next to Joe Gibbs that has the 4 Chargers. But Joey Logano won last year, and he is in Penske, which is one of the big people, and it kind of shows like the people that have the money are those big teams, and they do push their drivers into that winning position more often than not. And Joey Logano, I didn't like him, and I didn't want him to win. He kind of won in a lot of people call it a fluke, but he just had really, and he's one of the best when it comes to fuel saving. And he saved on fuel very well in a 5-time overtime.
What on earth does that entail?
So, I was trying to tell you what overtime was a while ago, but it's kind of like the last 3 laps. If they don't get to that white flag, they will give them 3 more laps. They will always give them the green white checker. That's what it is. But so it was a 5-time overtime that he won on fuel mileage, and it like obviously he's really good with that, but a lot of people call that a fluke. And then he won, and because of how this playoffs work, there's the win and you're in format. And because he won, even though he had a really bad season, he won once and was able to get in. And then he just won where he needed to in the playoffs format to win and you're into the next round. And so people were very angry about that. And knowing that Penske is just really good at that last race is kind of a big thing that people were mad about. He's gonna be there. He's gonna be there next year just because I was going to make it so that the holding title car was going to be there anyways, but I really hope he isn't.
So he's good, but you just dislike him strongly.
Yeah. He's good
Excellent.
when he needs to be, and I think that's just a problem of the format more than it is the thing itself. I cannot control this with this controller very well.
I did see your tire wear was critical at one point. I didn't realize you could also repair on the go, which is an interesting. Can I remind you, this is rookie difficulty, by the way.
This is rookie difficulty, and I'm doing
It's
very
really
bad.
hard.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, you're in position 20. There's a lot of cars. I thought even on rookie difficulty, I thought, that's too easy. But it also helps when you drive on the track as well. Oh, look at this! Did you have to actually slow down yourself?
Yeah, you have to slow down yourself.
Wow, that's impressive.
I'll just say yes to everything. But then, so that is the holding title of like who won last year is gonna probably get in next year. But then after that, I have a group of people called it the fuck it, they're gonna be there.